Now, I want to take a look at the biggest moment of the debate and the biggest missed opportunity. It's not 100% Romney's fault because Candy Crowley gave Obama a huge kiss, an assist on what I think was one of the most egregious mistakes by a moderator in debate history. And it was on the Libya question. Watch.
The day after the attack, Governor, I stood in the Rose Garden and I told the American people and the world that we were going to find out exactly what happened, that this was an act of terror.
Oh, my God.
And I also said that we're going to hunt down those who committed this crime. And then a few days later, I was there greeting the caskets coming into Andrews Air Force Base and grieving with the families.
This guy has basketballs.
The suggestion that anybody in my team, whether the Secretary of State, our UN ambassador, anybody on my team would play politics or mislead when we've lost 4 of our own, Governor, is offensive.
Unbelievable.
That's not what we do.
Yes, it is.
That's not what I do as president.
Yes, it is.
That's not what I do as commander-in-chief.
It's what you're doing right now.
Yeah. Governor, if you want to reply just quickly to this, please.
I certainly do. I think it's interesting the president just said something which is that
punch.
On the day after the attack, he went to the Rose Garden and said that this was an act of terror. You said in the Rose Garden, the day after the attack, it was an act of terror.
No, technically he didn't.
It was not a spontaneous demonstration. Is that what you're saying?
Please proceed, Governor.
I want to make sure we get that for the record, because it took the president 14 days before he called the attack in Benghazi an act of terror.
Get the transcript.
He did, in fact, sir. So let me call it an act of terror.
Can you say that a little louder, Candy?
He did call it an act of terror.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And that's not what he just said. He said it was a terror. What did he just say there? I should have written it down. A terror attack, not an act of terror. Murder is an act of terror. Rape is an act of terror. We all know, we're parsing words here. The terrorist attack on America from the beginning is what he was trying to make people believe he said. Terrorist attack. I said that from the beginning. Mitt Romney was right to call him out on this, but Crowley jumped in to save the day, just like Underdog, in one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen a moderator do, and try to fact-check Mitt Romney. Since when do the moderators fact-check? That's what fact-checks do. They do it after. Fact-check. Was she there to fact-check on Obama when he was wrong about drilling? No. This is where this gets really disturbing. The exchange during the debate, when it was going Obama's way, she stayed out. But when it was going Romney's way, she came in and muddied the water. She played a Clinton attorney. In an interview afterwards, Crowley explained that it was Romney that was more correct. Watch this line.
You know, because right after that, I did turn around and say, but you're totally correct, that they spent 2 weeks telling us this was about a tape and that there was this riot outside the Benghazi consulate, which there wasn't. So he was right in the main. I just think he picked the wrong word. And they're going to parse, and we all know about what the definition of is.
That's what she's doing. She's playing a Clinton attorney. Whether she wants, she'll blame it on everybody else, but that's what she did. So she let Obama off on a technicality. Now, here's the tape of him in the Rose Garden on September 11th. Listen.
No acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation, alter that character, or eclipse the light of the values that we stand for.
Okay. He was talking about September 11th, and he's just reminding the rest of the world that no acts of terror. But he doesn't apply it to anything specifically. Moments earlier, in that same speech, he says this.
Since our founding, the United States has been a nation that respects all faiths. We reject all efforts to denigrate the religious beliefs of others.
Okay, he's blaming it on the YouTube video. That morning, the White House released this, and you can still find it. This you can find at whitehouse.gov. This statement is what he released first, and it blames the video. But it also contains no mention of terror in it at all. Go find it at whitehouse.gov. He spoke at 10:30 in the morning. By 2:20 that afternoon, he was wheels up on his way for Las Vegas for a fundraiser. That was really the main point that Romney started with. When does a president have something like this go on and he leaves? He just gets on the plane. Obama and his administration then spent the next 14 days blaming the YouTube video. Watch carefully, please. Watch the dates.
The unrest we've seen around the region has been in reaction to
That's September 14th.
Over an awful internet video
Same
that
day.
we had nothing to do with.
But what sparked the recent violence
16th.
was the airing on the internet of a very hateful, very offensive video. This outrageous response to what is an offensive video.
what we have seen is broad
This is
unrest
the
across
18th.
the region and elsewhere in response to this video.
There's a crude
The
and disgusting
25th.
video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world. We understand why people take offense to this video because millions of our citizens are among them.
Really? Listen.
I know there are some who ask, why don't we just ban such a video?
Is that you?
There's no video that justifies an attack on an embassy.
Okay. The administration didn't admit that it was a terrorist attack until September 20th, when Jay Carney said, quote, "It is, I think, self-evident that what happened in Benghazi was a terrorist attack." That was the first time the administration called it a terrorist attack. Now, the mainstream media, they know this. They know it. They're backstage applauding. Why? They knew this because, well, let me prove it to you. Here are the reports from the morning of the September 21st. Let me go first to ABC News. For the first time, the White House press secretary Jay Carney publicly characterized the deadly assault on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, as a terrorist attack. For the first time, that's ABC News. How about the next one? Los Angeles Times. The White House, for the first time, Thursday, described the September 11th assault on the U.S. consulate as a terrorist attack. Next one. After the White House, for the first time, Thursday, explicitly called the attack on the U.S. consulate an act of terror. That's Fox News, but what would you expect from there? Let's go to someplace different than Fox News. Let's go to Candy Crowley's own company of CNN. The White House, for the first time, Thursday, declared the attack that killed Stevens and other people a terrorist attack. Everyone in the mainstream media understands this, that Obama did not call it a terrorist attack for the first time, and that he had been blaming the YouTube video and spontaneous protests all along. But here's where it's disturbing. This is not about the debate. The media now is helping the president and the White House change the story. More importantly, they are changing our history. The Huffington Post praised Crowley for her fact check of Romney, and look how they selectively edited her remarks, claiming Romney was right in the main. Quote, "I knew that the president had said act of terror," Crowley said. "I heard it. Romney picked the one wrong fact." Excuse me. In there she says he was right in the main. They are deleting the truth of history. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. Today, CNN is in complete denial. Their own fact check of their debate declares, quote, "The conclusion, Romney's precise comment was false. Obama did describe the killings in Benghazi as an act of terror twice in 2 days after the attack. That's not what he meant." So even though Romney is clearly in the right on this issue, it's being spread that he was fact-checked and he's a lying liar whose pants are on fire. Romney did make a mistake. He should have not zeroed in on the word terror. Because even if Obama was telling the truth there, which he wasn't, the next question should have been, okay, so then why did you change the story? Why were you talking about this video? Why was your vice president just the other day at the debate saying that the best intelligence guys you had said that it was a spontaneous crowd? Obama has no answers for these questions. He never will admit the real answer. And this is a clear and present danger to the republic. The security of the nation is at stake. And this man is either wildly incompetent or he has another agenda. And the media is covering. Let me go back here. Now this, nobody agrees with me. Nobody agrees with me except for me. That's fine. But I just find this part interesting. In the statement that is posted at thewhitehouse.gov, this guy lives, and so does the White House, in so much the Middle East mindset, the mindset of our enemies, that they don't even see things. In it, he says this: they exemplified America's commitment to freedom and justice. Maybe the word justice has changed for me because of social justice and everything else. Maybe it's just me. But do you know the name of the Muslim Brotherhood's political party? The political party for the Muslim Brotherhood is the Freedom and Justice Party. I don't know if they know. I don't know what they know. I just don't trust them at all. They're on the wrong side. But I will tell you this. Whether this was a message to anybody in the Middle East or just a lie to you, I don't know. But the Muslim Brotherhood, the Peace and Justice Party, oh, they're receiving a message. Oh, they're definitely receiving a message. We had to close down another embassy today. Message transmitted and clearly being received.